Hello fellow gardeners, welcome back to Smart Garden where we're always exploring innovative ways to transform your gardening experience. Today, we're diving into something truly revolutionary that's creating waves in the gardening community. Everyone's burning their garden waste, but not for the reason you think. What if that pile of clippings and branches could be the most powerful, free fertilizer your garden has ever seen? Prepare to be amazed as we unveil the surprising breakthrough, turning trash into treasure for unbelievable garden productivity. The hidden power of garden waste. Your garden waste isn't trash, it's black gold waiting to happen. For years, gardeners have been hauling their pruned branches, fallen leaves, and spent plant material to the curb or tucking them into compost bins. While composting is wonderful, there's a deeper, more impactful way to supercharge your soil that goes beyond what traditional composting can achieve. This ancient technique is making a modern comeback, and it's called biochar. Unlike compost, which eventually breaks down and disappears into the soil, biochar creates a permanent soil improvement that continues working for centuries. This isn't just another gardening trend, it's a game-changing approach that transforms how we think about garden waste and soil health. The biochar blueprint, what it is, and why it's revolutionary. So biochar is basically a charcoal-like substance created through a fascinating process called pyrolysis, where organic matter is burned at really high temperatures with just a minimal amount of oxygen. Now, this isn't the same as just tossing your garden waste on a bonfire and, watching it turn to ash. Instead, it's a controlled burn that transforms materials into a kind of magical substance with some truly incredible properties. The secret here lies in limiting oxygen during the burning process, which actually prevents complete combustion. Rather than producing worthless ash that just blows away in the wind, you end up creating a stable, carbon-rich material with a porous structure that honestly resembles a microscopic sponge. The revolutionary nature of biochar really comes from this porous perfection. When you magnify biochar, it reveals countless tiny chambers and passages that create an enormous surface area within a pretty small volume. This intricate architecture becomes, well, a five-star hotel for beneficial soil microorganisms, providing them with shelter, breeding grounds, and surfaces to colonize. These microbes form the foundation of healthy soil ecosystems, breaking down organic matter, cycling nutrients, and protecting plants from diseases. Beyond supporting microbiology, biochar's sponge-like structure dramatically improves water retention, allowing soil to hold moisture during dry spells while preventing waterlogging during heavy rains. The porous chambers also trap and store nutrients that would otherwise wash away, creating a slow-release reservoir that feeds your plants over time. DIY Biochar, your guide to home production. Creating biochar at home is surprisingly accessible, and you don't need fancy equipment to get started. One of the simplest methods involves digging an in-ground pit in a safe location, away from structures and overhanging branches. You fill this pit with dry garden waste like small branches, woody stems, and dried plant material, then light it and allow it to burn down. The crucial moment comes when the materials have burned to a glowing ember stage, but haven't yet turned to white ash. At this point, you quickly douse the embers with water, stopping the combustion process and locking in the carbon as biochar. For those wanting more control and easier handling, specialized containers like metal barrels or purpose-built kilns, such as the Kon-Tiki design, offer excellent results. These vessels contain the burn more precisely, making it easier to monitor the process and achieve consistent biochar quality. The key to successful pyrolysis lies in understanding the ideal conditions. You want sustained high heat with restricted airflow. Too much oxygen and you'll end up with ash. Too little heat and you'll have partially burned material. Watch for the telltale signs. Your materials should glow red hot and develop a metallic sheen before you stop the process. Common pitfalls include burning too fast, which creates ash, or stopping too early, which leaves incompletely pyrolyzed material. Starting with small batches helps you develop a feel for the process before scaling up your production. Transforming your garden. Biochar in action. The proof of biochar's power becomes undeniable when you see it in action. Gardeners consistently report dramatic improvements in plant growth, with vegetables producing heavier yields, flowers blooming more prolifically, and plants showing enhanced resilience against stress and disease. This isn't gardening magic, it's science at work. Biochar acts as a long-term home for the beneficial microbes that drive soil health, creating a thriving underground ecosystem that supports everything growing above ground. These microorganisms break down organic matter, fix atmospheric nitrogen, dissolve minerals into plant-available forms, and produce compounds that stimulate root growth. The nutrient-holding capacity of biochar deserves special attention because it solves one of gardening's persistent challenges: nutrient leaching. In typical soils, especially sandy ones, water-soluble nutrients wash away before plants can fully utilize them. Biochar's charged surfaces attract and hold on to these nutrients, creating a buffer that captures them when they're applied and releases them gradually as plants need them. This means your fertilizers, whether organic or synthetic, work more efficiently and last longer. Additionally, biochar improves soil structure in both clay and sandy soils, loosening heavy, compacted clays while helping sandy soils retain moisture and nutrients. Beyond your garden beds, biochar contributes to climate change mitigation by sequestering carbon in a stable form for hundreds or even thousands of years, turning your backyard into a small but meaningful carbon sink. Future forward, biochar, and sustainable living. Integrating biochar into your gardening routine represents a shift toward more sustainable, regenerative practices that benefit both your immediate garden and the broader environment. Once you've produced your biochar, remember to charge it before application by mixing it with compost worm castings or a nutrient-rich solution for several days. This preloading ensures the biochar doesn't initially rob your soil of nutrients as it begins absorbing them. After charging, incorporate biochar into your beds at rates of roughly 10 to 20% by volume, mixing it thoroughly into the top 6 to 8 inches of soil. The ripple effect of individual biochar production extends far beyond your garden fence. Every batch you create keeps organic waste out of landfills, where it would decompose and release methane, a potent greenhouse gas. Every shovelful you add to your soil locks away carbon that would otherwise return to the atmosphere. As more gardeners adopt this practice, the cumulative impact becomes significant. Thousands of small actions creating meaningful environmental change. The beauty of biochar lies in its permanence. Unlike compost that breaks down within seasons, biochar persists, continually improving your soil for generations. If you found this guide valuable and you're ready to join the biochar revolution, don't keep this breakthrough to yourself. Hit that subscribe button to stay updated with more game-changing gardening techniques, and share this video with fellow gardeners who deserve to know about this incredible soil amendment. Together, we're not just growing better gardens, we're cultivating a more sustainable future, one batch of biochar at a time. Happy gardening, and we'll see you in the next video.